Hello, and welcome back to more Myriad Caves, Untold Stories number 3 by renderXR. And today I am outfitted to do some adventuring. I want to go to a new area. It was one called, I think, Corrosion, and it was basically through the Drizzling Cove and looked like a maze-like kind of area. We just explored the very beginning of it, and so I'll meet you guys over there. So here we are at the entrance to this area. I like the look of this area just because it seems like it's going to be kind of a maze-like kind of place. Our top priority is more iron because my efficiency 3 iron pickaxe is running low. And so I would like to, be able to get some more iron to replace it. And it seems like also like I've seen areas similar to this in other maps where basically it's just, a maze of rooms and there's spawners, and as you get deeper into the maze, like, it gets more difficult. Okay, let's see. If I wanted to get out of here, let's just hope this isn't a trap. Let's hope this isn't a trap. Ooh! Arrows of weakness, arrows of fragility, negative 20% defense. Is that like negative resistance? Wither, slowness, slowness 2. All right, those could actually be useful. I'm gonna take these slowness arrows for right now, and sure, I'll go ahead. I think it goes by whatever's first in your inventory, I think, and so I think I'll start using that just to have. Let's actually try it out and see if it seems to be working. Yes, that is an arrow of slowness, and we did slow down the zombie. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd thought about possibly doing slowness arrows in Vanilla Swirl CTM, but I wasn't doing a whole lot with custom items and decided that wasn't terribly necessary. But that is pretty cool. I don't have any kind of plan, like I'm not trying to follow... Oh, crap. There's a tripwire, and it just turned off the glowstone, didn't it? Oh, and there's cave spider. Okay, brilliant. Clever. I should have seen that coming in retrospect, I think. All right, let's see. If the cave spider just spawned, let me figure out where the spawner is. I should have seen that coming because of the fact that the area was so well lit. Did it just swap out from here, I think? Or did it swap from the side? It looks like it swapped from the side. So did it? Okay. Oh, it was just like a double piston extender, and it just pushed these over 2 blocks. I think is maybe what just happened there. Okay, and so where was the actual spawner? If I stand here and watch, I think I just saw it. Yep. You can see the particles coming up through. Is it just in that one corner? Looks like maybe it is. Well, it could be in different spots. I don't want to waste my pick just kind of digging around at random. Did that... Okay, did that take out all of the... It may have taken out like all of the lights in all of these areas. Cute. Cute. All right, so I'm going to go add some light back to the areas that I visited really quick. And then it looked like we had gotten to like a kind of gatehouse kind of area or something. There were iron fences. Oh, crap. Hey, have a slowness. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to really experience the slowness because the super sniper knocked him out of the park. Okay, so once again, yeah, I didn't see the tripwire trap coming. I doubt I'm going to be able to see tripwire traps coming most of the time because they're hard to spot. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Let's tickle this guy's toes. Like so. And let's see if we can just knock him off the ledge, or this will actually kill him, so it doesn't matter. What do I see in here before I open this all up? I see something up here. I see all kinds of rooms. This actually reminds me of like a scene from The Matrix or something. And what is below me? I can't really tell. Lava, of course. Okay. So we'll go ahead and start by doing some of that. Probably on both sides, so we have plenty in case we fall. Yeah, I don't like these super high areas where, gosh, the water's going to take so long. Oh my gosh. Like, it's cool looking to utilize the build limit like this, but I don't know how, like, practical it is in terms of map design, because I mean, I'm up here, and basically every fall is death and inventory wipe. And I don't like void. I don't like anything that inventory wipes. The player should be able to recover from lots of things. So, All right, so do I want to go into this area then? Maybe this changes my mind. Like, I came here because it was an attractive maze-like place, and now it's not an attractive maze-like place anymore. So let me take a moment to reconsider. Oops. Take a moment to reconsider what I want to do. Well, looking around, it is still a maze-like place. It's just like a three-dimensional grid of rooms that are... Can't tell how they're interconnected necessarily, because there's a walkway here, but from here I can't tell if there's walkways. Well, there's a walkway there. Seems like some of the walkways are random, and some of them might be like half broken or something. How far does this stretch on? It's pretty big. And can I see an objective? That's the other thing. If I were Render and I was going to hide a wool somewhere in this area, where would I put it? Can't think of any good reasoning for any particular area right now. In any case, this interests me less than it used to, and so I think I'm going to switch areas again. I'm good at that. So I took some time to build the rail out to... What was it called? Crystallized, I think, or something? Crystallized Cavern? And of course it's not safe. I added a little bit more light. But let's just try riding it and see if we manage to live through it. And then we'll check out Crystallized. Hello, zombie. Hello, other zombie. Alright, minecarts are at least relatively fast when they're fully powered. But this does still take a little bit of time. I guess it doesn't take all that long. So that's good. To get out at this little rail station. And let's get golden apples back in the bar. I've been using that slot for building the railway. And this area is called Crystallized, indeed. Alright. And it says emeralds 27 through 30, which means it's a fair bit into the map, and so I expect we will be able to find some iron or some good gear here as well. And so once again, that is my top goal, is basically to find some iron for replacing my iron pickaxe. And we just kind of glanced at this area. It seemed a little mob-capped kind of right at the front here. I'm not sure if it's just because it's close to these other caverns that I've already lit up, or if this area is just going to be a little bit heavier on mob spawns, or what. But I guess, is there water just past here? I think it's water is the blue that I'm seeing, and so maybe we can light up all of the land kind of on the side over here just to get things started. Which armor am I wearing? Right. So it's not a ton of armor either, so I need to keep that in mind. Let's just run out here. Let's add some torchlight. Oh, you can't put torches on path blocks, can you? Alright. I felt like I was missing some of my button presses, but now I understand why. It does create a cool look with the mycelium and the path blocks there, and I'm not sure what biome we're in off the top of my head. There was like a lighting glitch or something going on there for just a moment. And somehow all these mobs... I see, they're fighting each other. I was going to say got caught up. Because... Oh, I just saw a skeleton spawn. Wow, he shot me right in the face. What a guy. What a guy. In any case, I saw a skeleton spawn there. Did he spawn in a patch of... I think it's just like coarse dirt over there. I was going to say if he spawned in a patch of the path blocks, then that would be kind of obnoxious if the spawners were hidden in a place that you couldn't place torches. And it's definitely the case that these skeleton arrows are doing like a full arrow or full heart of damage to me once again. So let's be wary of that. I'm going to try to go get some more light right over here where I saw this guy spawn. Somewhere right around here in all the flowers, and then we'll also try to get some more light around the perimeter. For the moment, things seem reasonable, and so I'm going to continue to push. Okay, but now, go crap. Going to circle back around. And, alright, why are there so many creepers here? It's a CTM map, Brian. That's why there's so many creepers here. Get used to it. Ooh, I bet you that's just coal. It is. All right. Good to know. Really am enjoying finding those little chests full of coal. I don't care for the fact that it's 2 stacks of 64, and rather than giving me 2 stacks of 64, it's like 9 stacks of a whole bunch of different numbers that I have to shift double click or pile them up in my inventory or whatever, but I'm very grateful for the coal, so thank you for that. And let's see. Okay, I have the beach. Can I call it a beach? I'm not sure if a beach is the right thing to call it, but I'm going to call it a beach. I feel like the beach is... Okay. Creeper just fell from there. Is it because there was a ledge, or is it because there's a spawner? I think it was just a ledge. Let's go with the ledge theory for the moment. And in any case, the beach is mostly lit up. There are... Hello, spider. Yeah, I hear you. Come on up. The prismarine's fine. And we'll get rid of you as well. How's my... Yeah, this Silverlight sword, the Unbreaking 3 on the iron, is doing wonders. I've used it a lot. It still has a lot of durability, and I've never tried to repair it, but I expect I'll be able to repair it because I have a blank iron sword. And so I'm not too worried about it running out of durability. In any case, it looks like there's kind of a path through the trees around this side. I can't tell if there's also one around this side. There's this weird... see an enemy kind of thing that's like on the ceiling and on this wall over here. So I think the left-hand side is the direction that's calling out to me that there's a path this way and we should go this way. So that's where I'm going to start by heading. Before we get too far in, to make sure we're well fed. And there's a few more creepers, but I think I can just outrun them and avoid them. So I will do that. Looked like there was some prismarine kind of under the soil over here. And it is getting darker. Okay, we're kind of close to some ledges. Ouch. Bunch of bad guys. Right now, I'm just going to add as much light as I can. Guess I can kind of sprint forever. Effectively, by virtue of the fact that the way the hunger works in this map. Actually, having the extra soil wouldn't be bad. Could increase the size of my farm. It is possible to convert, so long as you have a couple pieces of dirt, you can convert gravel into dirt. And so I could have, even right from the very beginning of the map, kind of like increased the amount of dirt to increase the size of my farms. And I didn't bother doing that because I've gotten lots of bones, and so I've been able to bone meal up the carrots, and then I found that fortune shovel, which made it very easy. I never took a look at that. Smite, all right. Made it very easy to get a whole lot of crops out of my little farm. And carrots have been doing pretty well. I switched to bread for a while when I was struggling. I might need to switch to bread again, but it's a little bit more resource intensive. And I don't think the fortune actually works on the wheat. I think it only works on the seeds. Anyway, I'm rambling. We lit up a bit of this, and I think I should just push farther on. Up against the wall, it seems like there's spots where... Oh, hello. Where the monsters are kind of falling down. And kind of falling down on top of me, and so it's a little bit more dangerous there. And then there's things like this. And then there's places with happy flowers. And the last batch of happy flowers had skeleton spawners in it. Oh, crap. And I think I saw like some other kind of hole. It might have just been, again, for kind of lighting. Over there. What do we got? Got a baby zombie who needs to die. Got a couple other zombies who also need to die. I'm just going to get swarmed over by zombies if I stand here fighting them. So let's not fall into the trap of fighting the monsters in an area when the correct thing to do is to avoid them. Okay, 1 or 2 skeletons I can still probably handle, even though my armor isn't that great. But I need to be careful. Alright, and I need to be able to get back to spots where I can eat. But fortunately, I can outrun all of these enemies, and the terrain actually, in some sense, works to my advantage by virtue of the fact that I'm better at pathfinding over this kind of rough terrain than the enemies are. And so even though the zombies are trying to chase me, some of it's just that they're not very fast. But some of it's that they take some wrong turns and do disco dances on corners and different things. And if I can get some skeletons to shoot each other, like sounds like it just happened, that is also super terrific. Because it means 2 fewer enemies that I have to worry about. Because they're worried about each other. And really, that's a good thing. Monsters should be worrying about each other. They need to care for each other because otherwise I'll be out to kill them. And they won't be long for this world. All right, I'm down to 4 torches. I know I have another stack of torches in my inventory. I see a chest over here. It's out on a peninsula. Oh, crap. And so we're not going to open it right now because it would be foolish to kind of... Oh, there's another chest right over here. I didn't see this one. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, crap. I'm going to die. Oh, crap. Now I'm going to die. I'm still alive. Why am I eating this? I should be eating the other thing. I'm still eating these. Apparently, I want to save my golden apples. I guess these boots do have Feather Falling 4 on them, I think. Because I think these are the cloud boots that I added protection to or something. Which boots am I even wearing? I don't remember off the top of my head. But I appreciate them, whatever they are, because they've helped me out. They are the Duragold boots that I added. Okay, oh, dear. Alright. Maybe he'll expose wherever the skeleton spawner was over here. And then actually, yeah, let me... There was a skeleton spawner somewhere around here, because I saw a skeleton spawn. And I presume these peonies are... I did not bring a shovel. That's too bad. I was going to say, I presume these peonies and these flowers somehow are like marking the locations of those spawners, would be my guess. Because usually there is a clue. I think I might have just seen... That was probably my torchlight that I saw the particle flames from. But I was wondering if I could see the spawner particles to detect exactly where this thing is. I kind of want to find the spawner just to know, but let's just kind of assume that that's the case. This armor's starting to break down. I still have almost a stack of torches, so let's see if we can at least loot one of those chests to get a sense of what type of loot one might find in this area. But then I might have to go back and re-gear a little bit now that we've got a better sense of this place. And I wonder, I've got ladders in my inventory. I could just make some ladders up there. That might be a smart thing to do. Another smart thing to do would be not to harass the skeletons as much, so I take fewer arrows. Yeah, creeper. Okay, we've got a good light perimeter going here, and with the light that I got earlier, I think it ought to be the case. Alright, we've got 2 skeletons fighting each other, I think. Or actually, no, that was just a skeleton taking fire damage from Silverlight. Alright, we're going to fall down here again, but I know that I'm not going to take all that much damage. Alright, I'm going to heal back up once more, and then we'll try to actually go loot one of those chests. Okay, this time I'm going to try to actually kill the enemies who are in front of me, rather than just dashing through the area, because I feel like I ought to have added enough light at this point that we ought not be getting that many monster spawns. And so that guy will probably die. Alright, where's the skeleton? There he is. Okay, he's dead. You're now dead. This area is relatively quiet. It's a little bit dark right over here, so we'll fix that. There's probably skeleton spawners around here, I'm guessing, given the peonies. I could be completely wrong about that, but it seems not completely unreasonable. Alright, we got a spider. A spider I can fight from the low ground pretty easily with a sword. And now I think it is clear enough. Let me add a little bit more light over here since there's so many flowers. The flowers do make it hard to place torches as well. This could be a trap, but let's risk it. Frostwalker and Unbreaking 1. I see. Frostwalker. Oh, look down there. Okay, that was useful. I think there's an emerald right there. So I think I'm going to go after that next. But yeah, I hadn't even looked at the water, and so the Frostwalker was a very good way to get the player, that is me, to actually look at the water. So good job, Render. Good design. And I guess since I'm here, is this another Frostwalker? Oh, no. Wow. I will take one of these regen potions. Splash Potion of Instant Health is also pretty good. Regen is basically, it's like a short-term tank. I'll grab those other potions at some point. But the regen one, I think I just want to have on me for right now. And it should really go on the hotbar if I'm going to be carrying it around. Which slot would I put it in? I guess I'm not using crowd control very much right now, so we'll do that. And we're going to try swapping out these boots. We're going to keep in mind that we no longer have the feather falling. And they're also was going to say isn't a good way down to the water level, but that's not true. There is a good way down to the water level. Oh yeah, I see more stuff underneath the water over here as well. Okay, so Frostwalker is frostwalking. Yep, okay, great. Got some crazy ice that's making the water not nearly as flat as I originally thought it was going to be. But that's okay. I don't think this will ever unfreeze because there isn't daylight sunlight or whatever shining down in this area. Now, where did I see the emerald? I believe it's right over here. That's the main reason I wanted to come out here, because it's very rare that I actually see something important in the map, such as an emerald. And I want to take advantage of this rare opportunity to actually get one. Hey, oh, I'm sliding around on the ice. Okay, so there is one minor disadvantage of the frost walking, I suppose. I guess my torches will melt the ice, won't they? Right, so the frost walker is getting melted by that. This is indeed an emerald. Oops. So let's go grab it. This was emerald number 27. I think this area was like 27 through 31 or something. I don't remember exactly. And I guess I could walk over to these other islands. It seems like it's going to be, since monsters can't spawn on ice, I guess they could spawn on the packed ice out here. And there could be spawners like just below the surface and all kinds of things. So there could be monster spawns. There could even be monsters. Oops, okay, speak of the devil. There could even be monsters who spawn with Frostwalker boots, so they can come running after me. Seen that in a map before, haven't you? Oh, interesting. The spawner's inside the packed ice. Okay. Cool. We're learning things. I still have not found the iron that I was hoping to find, and I think I just saw... Where did this skeleton spawn from? I think there's another pile of packed ice. There might even be a chest over there. What am I seeing over here? There is a chest. It's like embedded inside the ice. Okay. This is an interesting use of ice and packed ice and Frostwalker as a water area. I haven't seen anything like this before. Before I go after that, the skeleton spawner is probably here. Yes. And is there another skeleton spawner as well? Let's look around for another little tiny pyramid of packed ice. But I'm not seeing one, so I think I'm safe for the moment. Oops. Ooh, if I fall in, I need to make sure I don't, like, ice over above my head, too. Yeah, I think I'm reasonably safe. Let's see what's in here. I see. More Frostwalker Unbreaking 1 boots. All right. I will carry these at least back to the entrance, so that if we come back to the front of this area and we've forgotten to bring Frostwalker and we want to do some Frostwalking, we'll be able to. And, where else do I want to go? Okay, the emerald's going to go in my ender chest. I put the Frostwalker extra boots in that chest over there. I guess I can drop off a couple other things that I don't need to be holding right at the moment. But I do have more torches in the chest, and so I'm going to take one more set of torches and just try to do a little bit more exploring in this area right now before I need to go home and re-gear. Oh wow, this zombie dropped a couple of things. An Efficiency 2 book and a Bane of Arthropods 2 sword. The Efficiency 2 book, it seems to me actually that I had another Efficiency 2 book that I had completely forgotten about until I just saw this one. I don't remember exactly when or where I picked it up. But if I could combine those into another Efficiency 3 book and get some more iron for another iron pickaxe, then I could have an Efficiency 4 iron pickaxe in the future, and that would make me very happy. So I look forward to that. I'm going to head straight towards the back, I think, because that seems most likely to have the most exciting loot. And so let's try to get a look over there. I see it looks like it's becoming more tall, icy kind of... Oh, okay, hello. I see the spawner. Darn it. Okay, let's eat a carrot. Let's break this. Great. Okay. Yeah, it's becoming much more icy in this area. There's some kind of light down there. Not exactly sure what I'm looking at over there. My torches are melting some of the ice over here. Need to get some... Oh, crap, I see it. Alright, when it's completely dark, it's actually easy to see the spawners flaring up. So that's kind of a minor advantage of keeping this icy area a little bit darker. I'm doing extra durability damage on my pick because I keep breaking the next block after I after I've actually broken the spawner. I need to try not to do that. And this area is really cool looking. Let's not get distracted by the cool lookingness of it. When we're okay, there's a chest over here. There's probably, I don't actually see any spawners nearby guarding this one. Lots of pretty blocks. There's some end rods, which are basically like torches. And so I will grab those. Where did these skeletons come from? I see two skeletons fighting each other over there. They might have just come from the shore. The one who managed to live is kind of out of sight. But the end rods I could use as, oops, basically more torches. All right, where did you come from? I feel like there might be spawners somewhere other than the place that I am knowing and expecting the spawners at this point. I might be wrong. But where did this guy... Okay. Where did this guy come from? Oh, right here. I see it. I didn't see it originally. Okay, that's fair. And we're almost at the edge of the water over here. Frostwalker, do your thing. Let's see. And if I come up here, just looks kind of like more of the same. So yeah, one of the issues with render areas is they tend to just be huge. So I might have to do a lot of traveling through some similar types of terrain before I find anything too amazing. So let's just try to use some torches somehow usefully. Ah, it's hard to place torches against all these path blocks. Okay, I see a chest up here. That seems pretty good. Is there anyone down here? There's this guy. This could be a trap. It's not a trap. These are pretty good potions, and I don't know that I'm going to make my way all the way back here anytime soon. I tend not to use potions very often. They're very situational, and it's hard to kind of predict situations when you don't know exactly what you're going to be getting into. But I guess haste, for example, allows you to both swing your weapon faster and destroy things with a pick faster. And so if I'm trying to get into an area that I know has a lot of spawners, like the haste potion could be good, for example. So I bet I can come up with some situations to do those things. And then, right, I'd already forgotten that basically under the water, we had seen some kind of crazy structure, and so we probably need to go down there. Armor desperately needs repairing, and my inventory is filled up once again, just about, and so I'm going to cart some things back and repair some armor. The Depth Strider shirt seems definitely worth repairing, and the Aqua Affinity pants are probably also worth it. I wasn't expecting to find another area where there was going to be kind of like underwater things to do, but that seems to be what we got, and so I think it's definitely worth spending some repairs on that. We did find emerald number 27, so let's go ahead and add that to the chest before we forget. Do you see the creeper in this picture? I am back. I decided to put on the full sapphire set because the full set grants speed 1, and this is one of the first areas that actually the speed I think will be really helpful since there's a lot of flat land to traverse, as we were kind of lighting up before. And also this thing gives me respiration, and so if we end up going underwater, I think that will be useful. I still have the Frostwalker boots kind of handy in my inventory over here, and oh wow, yeah, speed is actually speed 1. Does not suck, it would appear, because I feel like I am going, oh, wow, a lot faster. All right. I hope I never forget the name of this area, because we'll never know it again. Let's go ahead and block that back off, because I don't like the flowing water for whatever reason. And let's put a torch right there, since that's where the creeper spawned. And yeah, I do want to go underwater at some point, but now that I have this speed armor set on or whatever, I just want to run across and see if I go up the left-hand side, like just how deep across the land we can get, outrunning all of the mobs and just trying to add some more light. I've got another like 3.5 stacks of torches in my inventory. So let's see how well that can go for us. If I get into trouble, I got a golden apple on the bar. I feel like the regen potion, like I could use it in a panic, but it seems like it's better probably used as a kind of planned beforehand action where, oh, interesting. Okay, these lands are not like quite connected. where you know that you're going to run into a big scary area, and so you want to be able to tank it for a bit. Let's see. Is there an easy way back down to the water line over here? There really isn't, is there? Well, I guess I could make one. I do feel relatively... Oh, great. Gonna say I do feel relatively safe. There aren't any monsters around here. Nope, there's a creeper. He actually, that kind of creates me a little bit more of a stair step down here, I suppose. But I can just always make my own way. You can go your own way. And so I shall. Okay, once down at the water line, I can switch to the Frostwalker boots and just kind of run across here. Yeah, there's definitely something interesting under the ground over there that I want to check out at some point. And I hadn't noticed the fact... Oh, there's a... Okay. Let's go take out this. Because you obviously spawned... Where? Here? No? There? I think I see it. Could be the case that there's spawners under the water, too. I hadn't really thought about that. And the guys are like floating up or something. Or he could have been a leftover spawn who didn't despawn after I left the area previously. No, that seems unlikely. And then I think this is just like the see an enemy kind of things that are on the ceiling. This is one that happens to be on the ground, and so the torch doesn't represent anything. It's just part of the, you know, art of this area or whatever. I think is my interpretation of what's going on there. Hello, spider. Oh, right. Monsters can spawn on packed ice too, can't they? And so it could be that there's also natural spawns of various mobs that I'm going to encounter unless I light up the packed ice. That only just occurred to me. Alright, once I get a foothold over here, which I'll do after I kill off a couple of spiders or zombies, we will switch boots. Oops, hello. Where are you? I do not see you. There you are. Alright, did that guy die? He can't get to me very easily. Let's eat a carrot. Let's eat 2 carrots. These carrots are delicious. And then, let's switch to the speed boots and go zoom. Alright, let's see how much I can light up over here. It would help if there were not path blocks so that I can actually place the torches. Skeleton is behind me. That's okay, he's just giving me a speed boost on top of my existing speed boots. A lot of places I can't place torches again. Okay, so we remember we've already been here. And am I up against like the back wall up here, I think? Almost. I can't... Oh, hello. Okay, I see the spawners there. I didn't see what type of spawners it was. Could have been cave spiders. Just based on the fact that all of a sudden I heard a spider noise. Ouch. Okay, I need to eat some food. So let's get somewhere where we feel good enough to eat some food for just a second. That'll do. I would love to eat another piece. Can I get to somewhere where I feel good about eating another piece of food? Perhaps I can. I am enjoying the speed, more than I expected that I would. Alright, so that's good. I have fallen under the ice, but I've managed to make my way back up. Is that... Ooh, okay. I saw the carrot on the screen, and I thought it was a creeper for a minute, and I panicked. Okay, we got a good amount of light down there, I believe, and so I would like to do more of that. It was mostly lighting, and I was so focused on just placing torches that I don't know that I would see any things in my environment, and so perhaps you guys saw something exciting on the screen that perhaps suggested a place to go, whereas I did not see it, but maybe one of these times I will see it. I'm going to continue up this way, since it seems like the land kind of progresses a whole lot in this direction. Seeing a lot of creepers, a lot of, I guess they're natural spawns. Let's just add some more add more light randomly. I like the fact that there is a lot of light in this area already, just due to the aesthetic. And, oops, all right. Still really haven't seen anything. So I guess maybe the outside, like other than just having some random loot chests and possibly having a place to hide an emerald, my hunch is the outside of this area is kind of like not the important bit. I didn't grab the jump boost potion. Jump boost 2. There were some jump boost 1 potions earlier. Like jump boost 1 like only lets you jump like 1.5 blocks. It's almost completely useless. Jump boost 2 might be slightly more useful. You might be able to jump 2 blocks, but I feel like I don't know why he's giving us jump boost potions, but I haven't actually tried drinking one. Maybe there's some other effect I haven't considered. In any case, I was starting to say, I feel like the tree outside area is mostly for looks and extra loot, and I think the meat of this area is going to be underwater. And since I've got the respiration helmet, oh, is that? I think there's a hold on. I think there's a spawner here. Yeah, there's like a spawner on top of this building, I believe. If I were a spawner there, what type of spawner would I be? Probably guardians, because nothing else would be threatening if there isn't airspace, because it would just swim upwards is my guess. So let's be prepared. If there are guardians, I'm not going to be able to like outrun them or do much of anything against them. So yeah, we'll be prepared to eat a golden apple if we need to. I'm going to try to go down and break the spawner, but if it spawns before I get down there, I'm going to swim back up and we'll try to get it a second time around. Okay, it did just spawn. What did it spawn? Oh, maybe there's an airspace right next to it and it spawned like some kind of normal mob who's now floating upwards. It did. It spawned skeletons. Okay. Skeletons, not as bad as guardians. They are still a little bit of a pain in the neck, but he's going to probably float to the ceiling and actually drown up here somewhere. Yeah, I hear him drowning right now. Okay, great. So if no one else is coming at me, I should be able to go break that skeleton spawner. So I'm going to go do that right now. Go, 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 go. There we go. Okay, skeleton spawner broken. And there is an airspace over here that I guess I can take advantage of if I want. Just to get a little bit of air. Let's see what the rest of this building looks like. Oh! I think this glass signifies the entrance of a dungeon. Oh, I was thinking that there was... Oh, crap. There are guardians. Darn, darn, darn. Oh, and there's creepers below me. Okay. Alright. I don't like that.